Hey everyone! Welcome back to my channel. My name is Melissa. I am a blogger and a vlogger, sort of, with 7 Saturdays Travels. You can find my website, 7SaturdaysTravels.com. I like to talk about different issues as far as traveling goes. Like, a couple of my things on there are, can your pet travel with you? Can you take medical marijuana on a cruise ship? So I like to play around with different topics and discuss them and research them, and it's just an interest of mine. I don't claim to be the most knowledgeable person, but I like to share what I learn. Okay, so last week, if you watched my video, I talked about how I was having problems with my travel agent never calling me back, which that got really frustrating. So a quick little update to that. I did end up canceling my cruise with that travel agency. I never got a hold of the actual travel agent that I was working with. She never called me, so it was a big corporation. I called their 800 number. I canceled. Um, a little bit of a weird thing happened when I was canceling. I was told that, okay, we'll go ahead and cancel your cruise. Now, if you decide within the next year to book another cruise, you have to pay a $50 administration fee because you've canceled a cruise. I was never asked why I was canceling. I was never asked, do you want to book at a different time? What's going on? None of that. It was just, okay. And if you want to come back, you have to pay $50. I'm canceling with you. No, I don't want to come back. You don't even know why I'm canceling with you. If you had asked, I would have told you the customer service is not up to par with my expectations. And I'm a pretty easygoing kind of chick. But anyways, on to more fun topics. So, on my last cruise, I went to, actually, we went to a couple different ports. The ones that I'm going to on my next cruise are, Freeport and crud. I have the hat up there. Nassau. Nassau. I have a hat from Nassau from last time. My brain just kind of goes sometimes. So the whole video is about Nassau, but I couldn't remember the word. Anyways. So last time when I went to Nassau, we didn't do an excursion. My girlfriend and I, I've known her since I was like 14. So, we decided to do a girls trip. And she had been before, and she said, let's go to Junkanoo Beach because, she had been there several times. Cool. Free beach. Let's go. So what happened was we got off the ship and we went through customs, and then you go out onto like a sales area. Like there was a bunch of little shops. Like I bought my hat. I wish that I had brought it over here, but I don't feel like getting up. And you can buy little jewelry. You can buy, all of the normal things that you're going to find for people that are traveling. Mugs and shirts and hats and bags, all that kind of stuff. But it's fun. We look through it all. And then when you leave that area, you basically just follow where everyone's going because they're all going to Junkanoo Beach pretty much. The walk was maybe a quarter of a mile. I'm not exactly sure. It wasn't a bad walk for me or for her. I think that if you have mobility issues, it might be a little bit too much. You might want to grab a taxi. So we got to Junkanoo Beach. It's a pretty beach. The water's gorgeous. I got us chairs and an umbrella because I don't want to burn, but she's laying out in the sun like it's no big thing. Poor little me has like my hat on and the umbrella and no, I burn way too easy. So while we're there and we're chilling, it's very loud at Junkanoo Beach. Over on this side, there's music playing. Over on this side, there's completely opposite music playing. It's all like dance music and you can kind of jam, but my ears got a little confused at certain points because I was hearing boom, 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 and then, you know, not exactly those sounds, but you get what I'm saying. Like, there was too much rhythm going on there for me. But I think if we had moved further down the beach, then it wouldn't have been an issue. We stayed more towards, like, if you're facing the water, we were towards the right hand side. If we had gone down the left hand side, and it's a nice little stretch of beach, then we would have only heard that one music that was down that way. It was fun to watch. Like, a lot of people were dancing and they were getting into it. And, you know, I was like, ooh, scandalous, because some of these girls could really dance. Fun to watch. And then, you know, we left. We only stayed for like an hour at Junkanoo. And then we walked back, and on the way back, I wanted to find some place with Wi-Fi because, you know, I wanted to be able to get in touch with the kids and say, hey, how's it going? You know, y'all still alive? How's life treating you? And it was the first time I've gone on a long vacation like that without my kids. It was really weird, but they survived. So, we stopped at, I want to say it was a Dunkin' Donuts or a Baskin Robbins, maybe. It was one of those combo type shops. And, you know, we got drinks and we sat down and we got Wi-Fi, and the guy next to us at the table had totally passed out. He fell asleep. And the people over here were talking to us. You know, these were all locals, as far as I know. Because, you know, they had like a real pretty accent and everything. They were very, very friendly. Everyone was friendly. And then we left and we walked back and we went past, what is the name of that big bar? Senor Frogs, I think, is the big one that's out there. And you could hear the music from like a block away. And, you know, it was definitely a party atmosphere. We were both tired, you know, had been in the sun for a while and we're just tired. We wanted to get back on the ship, which is what we did. A lot of people have complaints about Nassau. One of the big ones that I heard on different forums was that some of the local people are very aggressive around the port. I didn't find that. We got off the ship. Yes, people did call to us, you know, oh, come look at my shelves or this or that. I just walked past, no thank you, and kept going, and nobody like chased after me. Nobody hollered after me. You know, maybe it was the day that I was there versus the days other people have been there and people have been very aggressive. I just did not find that to be the case. I found it to be a laid-back atmosphere. I found that when you're at the shops, you can negotiate prices, so that was kind of cool. I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed Nassau. So when I go back in October, the whole point of this video, well, not the whole point, but one of the points of this video is to say, if you've been to Nassau, tell me what you liked there and what I should check out. The front runners for me is there's a beach next to Atlantis. I can't think of the name of it off the top of my head, but it's a free beach next to Atlantis. Apparently you can take a cab over there and it's pretty cheap, and you can kind of check that out for the day, and it's supposed to be a real pretty area. So we may do that. I don't really care about going to Atlantis, but I'm eyeballing it, maybe. And there was a, I want to say snorkeling. I'm pretty sure it was a snorkeling expedition that we were looking at to do. And that's on a catamaran boat, I believe it was called. And so I'm not quite sure about how the catamaran boats work, especially if you have someone that gets seasick, because my daughter does get a little bit seasick. So I'm kind of like, I don't know about that. So what should I do when we go back to Nassau in October? Leave all your comments below. Let me know how you feel about that port, if there's anything in particular that you like doing there. And as always, I appreciate you coming and hanging out with me, and have a great day.